Hi, I'm Lawrence, and last week I made a trip to Australia for the second time. With Frolight we entered the market last season, and this year we had a privilege to demonstrate Frolight at two different sites based in Victoria. So we went to three different regions. We went to the King Valley, the Yarra Valley and the Macedon Range, which we had a great time. We also talked for the first time with a potential distributor who are based in Melbourne that can make sure that everything runs smoothly in the future to back up our potential and future customers. I think the biggest challenges for what I have seen and learned from all the wine growers that I have met during our trip is that today they are still fighting against frost during springtime. They have today two systems available in the market, which are the wind fans and the irrigation water systems. And for what I understand from them is that each of them has pros but also cons, and they are actually evaluating because the cons are getting more heavier than the pros. So everybody, a single wine grower, are thinking about how can we make ourselves a better protector to frost and to do this on a more sustainable way. If I sum up the feedback that I receive from the customers, if it comes to irrigation systems, there was already dry winter, which actually means that in general the water level is quite low. It was kind of a shock for me because now you really see what's going on in the world and what is happening with climate changing that is accelerating frost issues for wine growers. So today they are fighting because there's not enough water, and even if they have water and they have been using it for frost protection, they probably don't have enough water to irrigate during the summers. And that is really the biggest challenge. Then compared with it's a quite intensive labor maintenance, but also they need to be awake because they want to have the certainty that it's working, because the flippers on top who are actually spraying out the water, they can get stuck, which means that if they block, you don't have the protection. So that's why they have to wake up during the night to make sure that all the flippers are working. And the water consumption is enormously. It's about 30,000 liters per hectare per hour, which is a huge amount. And if you are lucky, you can grab it from a source that it's an unlimited source. The government is really watching you to make sure that we maintain the water as a value source for our future. And then about the second system, the wind fans, it's also a product or a system that has been in the field for many years. How it works is actually you have to make sure that there is an inversion layer to mix down the hot air with the cold air zone on the bottom. But for what I understand, the issues in the Australian market is if you have a big field to protect with wind fans, that it's most of the time it's in an egg shape and they're missing out some blocks or parts of blocks that are not protected today. Also very noisy. If you have neighbors who are actually living close by, they receive the feedback that it's very annoying during the night, which makes actually the permits quite hard to get them. If you want to install a fixed fan, you have to go through a whole process of the government to get the right permits, which is getting more hard and hard to do so. Wind fans they will only protect to a certain level, -2, -3, and again you need that inversion layer. So it's not the 100% certainty to protection against frost. If you're a wine grower and you're also fighting frost, well, let's have a chat with each other. I'm more than happy to get in touch with you personally, that we can just figuring out how we can help. We can make some configurations, see what Frolight setup would fit in your vineyard. Just click at the link below. I will reach out to you personally and let's have a chat. I think the wine growers in Australia, have the choice between the two systems, and it's always just a matter of do you have the resources available to use a water irrigation system, and are you up to actively be in the field during the night? Compared with a wind fan, if you get the permission, that's already the first question to ask yourself. It's always an investment to make, and is it good enough to protect maybe just a part of the vineyard? Those are questions that it's a challenge for them, which with a Frolight we presented them this last week. Food for thought. And now they can actually think again like, whoa, there is a possibility to grow or to maintain and secure our crops for any frost protection whatever going to happen, which is giving them again the light and far away in the end of the tunnel they see again light where they can go through. I think most people that I have seen were very glad that finally there is a third option available in the market. Besides, it's a new technology and it's still an improving concept for their own. They understand the concept, they understand the technology, and you see that people are understanding the certainty to protection with radiation, which makes them really to the next boundary and get them out of their comfort zone to get the new innovation in their fields. I'm convinced that the wine growers in Australia are innovating wine growers. They think always to the next step, what's going on. So the people I have met, I strongly believe that they are the right fit for Frolight and that they are convinced about the technology. Even with our current customers we have today, they are talking positive, they are embracing the product, they are reinvesting into the product just to make their life more easy. And I'm pretty sure that all the other vineyard growers will just follow their lead. For what I have seen on my 4 days trip, it's a beautiful nature. People are very friendly, have passed by some beautiful old towns. Vineyards are actually always on a beautiful location. People are embracing to say hi and welcoming you. Unfortunately, it was a very short trip. Didn't actually had time to process my layover, but I was more than happy to be there. Over the past few days, I actually made a list of spots that people or customers or wine growers have been telling me, if you are coming the next trip to Australia, make sure you get 1 or 2 or 3 weeks and go to that place, go to that place. So I have a checklist that I have to do in the future.